Heat 6, Taylor Collins, Khalid Ruffin, Cross Johnson, Deshaun Keller, Janelle Rinzi Pouncey, Anthony Valentine, Roman Lewis. In 6, this is Anthony Valentine of Ellicott City, Maryland. Valentine, 28.74. Our 13th and final section, 9-year-old boys 400-meter dash. Our seeded section in lane 1, Robert Young of Jersey City, New Jersey. Lane 2, Nathan Thomas of Katy, Texas. 3, Robert Conyer, Pemberton, New Jersey. 4, Becky Gammons, Miami Gardens, Florida. 5, Zion Conte, Pickerington, Ohio. 6, Nicholas Miller, Pinole, California. 7, Anthony Valentine of Ellicott City, Maryland. And in lane 8, Trey Rigby, DPO Elite of Florida. That's lane 4, Becky Gammons of Miami Gardens, Florida. He was 3rd last year in the 8 and under championship race. He was outside in 5, Zion Conte of Pickerington, Ohio. On in lane 7, Anthony Valentine of Ellicott City, Maryland. He was 2nd last year in the 8 and under. He's putting down a hammer. Anthony Valentine will take the race. Valentine, 1:04.64. And the national record 11:71 set in 2010. Here comes heat 11. This is Ashton Allen of Overton, Maryland. How about it? 11:98. Record 11:71. Heat 2 underway. This is Ashton Allen of Overton, Maryland in lane 4. Allen, 11:90. Heat number 3, Christopher Green, AJ Hale, Terrence Great, Gary Jr., Ashton Allen, Jayan Sladen Brown, Cameron Hawkins, Malik Cooper, and Marcellus Moore. Ashton Allen of Overton, Maryland in lane 4. Allen. (24-21). The 12-year-old boys 200-meter dash final. The national record 23.65. In lane 4, our top seed in this race from Overton, Maryland. He was 2nd in this morning's 100 final. He is also our 400-meter champion this week, Ashton Allen. Out quickly, lane 4, Ashton Allen of Overton, Maryland. In 5 now, Elijah Howard of Knoxville, Tennessee. It's Allen and Howard. Ashton Allen, 24-34. Section 12, our final section, our seeded section, 12-year-old boys 400-meter dash. Lane 1, Gunnar Foster, Rochester Hills, Michigan. 2, Queston Hill, Birmingham, Alabama. 3, Devin Bembridge, Edgewater Park, New Jersey. And 4, Ashton Allen of Odenton, Maryland. 5, Marius Hinna, Louisville, Kentucky. 6, A.J. Hale, Fayetteville, Georgia. And in 7, Niles Ware of Dallas, Texas. Out quickly with a big lead, lane 4, Ashton Allen of Odenton, Maryland. The national record is 53:20. Allen having run 53:98. And here he comes. Ashton Allen. Ashton Allen of Odenton, Maryland. Crosses the line in 54:68.
Ladies and gentlemen, the track will be Litchfield, Ajavon, 1174.
Heat number 2 coming up the track. In 5, Jaden Freeman of Paducah, Kentucky now. That's 4, Litchfield Ajavon of Baltimore, Maryland. 11:60. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, the 13-year-old boys 100-meter dash final. National record 11:15. In lane 4, our top seed. He was the winner last year in the 12-year-old bracket. This year already, he has won the 100-meter hurdles and a new national record time from Baltimore, Maryland, Litchfield Ajavon. Ajavon. Litchfield Ajavon, 11:56. Our 12th and final preliminary heat. Tyler Scott, Caleb Dean, Litchfield Ajavon, James Moore Jr., Demario Hairston, Vincent King, and Amir Bird. And in lane 4, this is Litchfield Ajavon of Baltimore, Maryland. Ajavon 24:25. Heat number 2, Devion Brown, Chase Chalmers, Litchfield Ajavon, Nicholas Wilson, William Jones, Tristan Smith, Adrian Hood, and Devon Hart. In 5 is William Jones. 3, Litchfield Ajavon. Ajavon 23:95. Heat 7, David Carter, Nathan Sleeman, Jesse Parson, Ty Trin, Litchfield Ajavon, Queasy Caldwell, DeAndre Williamson. Litchfield Ajavon, Baltimore, Maryland. $13.90 for Ajavon. Next up, we have our 13-year-old boys 100-meter hurdles final. National record 13.70. In lane 5 from Baltimore, Maryland. Fourth, last year in the 12-year-old championship race, Litchfield Ajavon. This is Caleb Roberson in 4, and Litchfield Ajavon in 5. Ajavon and Roberson. Litchfield Ajavon. Win legal 13:39, a new national record. Breaking the old record of 13:70 set in 2008. Litchfield Ajavon, Baltimore, Maryland. 13:39. This is Austin Allen of Odin, Maryland. Allen, 13.92. Our 7th and final preliminary heat, 14-year-old boys, 100-meter hurdles. Peyton. Your attention please, Justin Johnson, please report to clerking immediately. Justin Johnson to the clerking immediately. This is Heat 6 on the track. Jeremiah Ryans, Clarence Dibbs, Austin Allen, Alexander Babington, Daldry Elizadre, Michael Carrick, and Lois Parker. And in lane 4, this is Austin Allen of Odin, Maryland. Allen's time, 25:18. Our best qualifier so far. And we have a clean start. First pack makes its way through the curve toward the first step. With a quick break from the pack, 10, Shane Jackson, and now in second, number 4, Benjamin Freed of Frederick, Maryland. Glick, Freed, and Jack, still Daniel Glick, followed closely by Benjamin Freed. Coming up on 1,000 meters, roughly 2:58, with 2.5 laps remaining. Glick for Benjamin Freed of Frederick, Maryland. Shane Jackson of St. Louis, Missouri, still third. Now Glick and Freed having separated themselves from the time being from the chase pack over the hurdle prior to the curve as they make their way now toward the water jump. Glick and Freed through the pit. Freed. Arctic, Maryland. Bell lap hitting 4:54. Meanwhile, the chase pack, number 2, Action of St. Louis, skillfully over that last hurdle. That 6:04.53 for Benjamin Freed.
Lane 6, Chase Drewery, Waldorf, Maryland. Whetstone, Martin, Smith, Lincoln, Drewery, Foster, and Fish. Lane 6, that's Chase Drewery from Waldorf, Maryland. Drewery in 6, Caleb Foster in 7 leading the way. 12:74 for Drewery's winning time. Foster 13:75.
Here we go with heat 6. Lane 3, that's Chase Drewery of Waldorf, Maryland. Last year's champion, 11-year-old championship race. Drewery, 12:88. Kellen Newman coming up for second in 13:04. Scheduled, we have Cameron Lay, Richard James, Cordell Richardson, Robert Miller, Edmund Okerson, Cameron Johnson, Kennard Isaac Jr., and Tori Wetzel. Coming up the center of the track in 4, that's Robert Miller. To his inside in 3, Cordell Richardson. Robert Miller of Baltimore, Maryland, 14:37. Cordell Richardson, Cheltenham, Pennsylvania, 14:55. Heat 5. Vontre Booker, Devon Jackson, Isaiah Robinson, Junpai Dowdy, Austin Howell, Darnell Pratt Jr., Jake Amador, and Kiemi Barr. Our finalists for tomorrow's 14-year-old boys 400, Malik Price, Moises Madrano, DeAndre Jones, Nicholas Eggleston, Kalen Jackson, Terry Simwell, Tyrese Cooper, and Justin Long. Back on the track in lane 2, that's Devon Jackson of Pickering, Ohio. High in 6, that is Darnell Pratt Jr., Elliott City, Maryland. $49.61 for Darnell Pratt Jr. Heat 2, lane 1, Columbus Parker Track Club. In 2, Lincoln Heights. 3, Cleveland Mustangs. 4 is legendary track elite of Texas. 5, Baltimore City. 6, Draft Pick Academy. Lane 7, Silver Spring Spartans. And in 8, Nevada Gazelles. Lane 4, that's legendary track elite of Texas. Our 15 and 16-year-old boys 4x100 meter relay final. 6, Baltimore City. In orange, this is the Texas Heat in lane 4. Coming up in 3, DeSoto Swift. Texas Heat Track Club. On the track, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first of 6 preliminary heats for the 15 and 16-year-old boys 4x400 meter relays. The winner in each of these 6 heats automatically advances to the final, plus the next 2 best times. In this race, lane 2, Baltimore City. That's a running start, taking the lead at the break. Motor City in second. Baltimore City now moving into second. Coming off the turn, a running start. Now Baltimore City. Huge carry for Baltimore City. Baltimore City, Motor City, a running start. Now in fourth, that's St. Louis Blues. Back up front, Baltimore City still with the lead over Motor City, running second. In third, a running start. And here they come up the stretch to the next exchange. Baltimore City narrowly over Motor City. Baltimore City 51.83 on that carry. Motor City 50.33. And they're running side by side. Motor City now sneaking ahead. Baltimore City right on his heels. And as they move through the curve, Motor City on the rail, Baltimore City swinging wide. Here they come. Motor City, 3:24.01, 49.91 on the anchor. Baltimore City, 3:24.86. 51.16.
The boys' 1,500 meter race walk for 9-year-olds up next. We'll introduce them after the gun. The boys are on the track. We have 9 walkers in the competition, 3 3/4 laps for these gentlemen also. Hip 2 from Fort Meade, Maryland, Paishan Grant. That is Samuel Quinn, our fastest qualifier up front. He's in the lead. Paishan Grant currently second. Joshua Slate behind them in the red in third. 3 groups of 3 as we get started here on the first lap. Pyshawn Grant currently walking third. Pyshawn Grant still running third. That's Marcus Pfeiffer from Newport News, Virginia, fourth. Pyshawn Grant coming to the line third. And he does hit the line third. 10:48.60 his finishing time. Thirteen-year-old boys 3,000-meter race walk. They're wearing hip numbers 1 through 10. Hip number 5, Jaden Davis. Last year was a winner at 1,500 meters here, Baltimore, Maryland.
Kiara Rondez, 44:30 in third.
Additional start of the 200. An excellent race behind him. Remember, he's just 13. In the middle of the back turn. Crawford crosses at 15:50.22. Eighteen-year-old boys decathletes have finished their 7th event. That was the discus.